Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Dragonhill Games. So we were supposed to start getting Core Set 2021 actual sanctioned spoilers today, June 4th. However, that's been postponed till tomorrow at 7 a.m. And the reason for that is Wizards posted on their Twitter feed will be postponing the debut of Core Set 2021 until Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific time out of respect for National Day of Mourning. So good on their part. That's actually a really good thing that they've done. I'm happy that they've done this. So let's go ahead and look at what we have to work with so far. Now, I got to be honest, and I'll say this sort of as a caveat to this video, the picture quality on much of these is really poor. And that's one reason why I'm not really huge on leaks. Usually the picture quality is terrible. So sorry, that's what I've got to work with, and it's what I can show you guys. Let's start right here with Bathory Cut. So this guy's a mono white planeswalker. It's actually really cool. 2 white and 1, so works really good for devotion. I could definitely see this guy being in some sort of, Heliod type white weenie kind of deck. Seems like it fits into that theme really well. His +1 is put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains indestructible till end of turn. So pretty good on the plus side for his +1. His -2 is whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Feels like this kind of ability is going to work really well if we can get a bunch of things out early, things like Healer's Hawk, maybe some of Johnny's Pridemates, things along that line. Establish a board state, attack in, use the -2 ability, make a bunch more 1/1 white soldier creature tokens, and then we have things like Linden Steadfast Queen. So now we have a massive board state, continue to attack with our huge board state, gaining a whole bunch of life, whole bunch of Heliod triggers. Feels like this deck could get out of control really quick. Now his ult is something I don't really see getting used all that much. I can't really see White Weenie kind of getting to the -6 stage on this, but it is a really cool ult, that's for sure. You get an emblem with at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This could definitely get to be to absurd power levels if you ever got to the -6 and went ahead and used that. And he enters the battlefield with 3 loyalty counters. All right, let's move along to our next leaked card, and that would be Bathory's Acolyte. I actually really like this guy in the common slot. Seems like good quality creature, definitely going to be a draft target, and also lends well to devotion. So 2 white and 2, we get a creature cat cleric. It's a 2/3 with lifelink, and when Bathory's Acolyte enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures you control. Like I said, just good solid value. Definitely a take for sure in draft as far as I'm concerned. All right, up next we have Demonic Embrace. Now this is a really cool enchantment, so something unique for sure. Demonic Embrace is 2 black and 1. It's an enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. And now it has an awesome secondary ability. You may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. Just going to be one of those enchantments that just kind of never really goes away. I could definitely see it getting played in standard alongside of things like All That Glitters in some sort of aura or enchants deck. So that's definitely a possibility. And then I think that this may have some commander demand as well. Like I'm considering actually throwing this in my Zur the Enchanter commander deck. It'd be great to kind of go fetch this out with Zur and put it on Zur, just kind of beef him up. Could definitely go in a Zur sort of Voltron type strategy. So really cool card, Demonic Embrace. All right, and the next one I have for you guys is Baneslayer Angel. Now, we're probably all familiar with this card. It's 2 white and 3. It's a creature angel, a 5/5. It has flying, first strike, lifelink, and protection from demons and dragons. And Mark Rosewater actually kind of hinted to this card a little while ago by saying that there will be a creature in this set that has a unique protection ability. So here we go. We have Baneslayer Angel, which makes me think that this is for sure included in Core Set 2021. Now, I do have to say that I'm not sure. I mean, is this card good enough in standard in the current environment? I'm not sure. 5's probably too slow for like mono white, kind of white weenie on the top end. Do you think, that deck usually curves out around 3? Maybe 4, but 5 seems like pretty slow for mono white weenies. So what else could we play then? I mean, let's look at Control. And Control has options like Dream Trawler, right? I feel like Dream Trawler is probably just a better creature, even though it's 1 more mana than Baneslayer Angel. I mean, definitely could see some sideboard tech, and don't get me wrong, Baneslayer Angel is amazing, but sort of remains to be seen how much impact this will actually have on standard. So the next one I have for you guys is really interesting, and this would be Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Now this is Sanguine Bond on a stick, and I'll put up Sanguine Bond here so you can compare the two. Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose is 1 black and 2. We got a legendary creature, Vampire Cleric. Now I'm sorry the bottom of the card's cut off, so unfortunately we can't see, power and toughness, that kind of thing, but whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. So essentially we have Sanguine Bond just stapled right onto this guy. Now you can also pay 2 black and 3 creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. I think that there is definitely a white black like sort of Orzhov life gain deck out there. And I'm actually looking really forward to brewing this deck. It's going to be things like Lurrus of the Dream Den will probably be main board. Obviously things like Healer's Hawk, Linden the Steadfast Queen apply pressure with in the early game, and then Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose will just be applying additional pressure whenever we gain life, our opponent is losing life. So pretty cool creature. Like I said, looking really forward to brewing with this one. All right, the next two have a little bit of mystery surrounding them. And again, I'm really sorry for the poor picture quality on this. This is again why I don't really like leaks. I'd rather just kind of see the cards coming directly from Wizards and reliable sources, but this is what we have to work with. So we have an awesome looking full art Massacre Worm, and this thing looks amazing. Now what nobody seems to be saying, and I mean, Massacre Worm, we all know this creature. It was originally back in, I believe it was Scars of Mirrodin, so quite a while ago. It's really awesome to get a nice reprint on this card. And Massacre Worm is 3 black and 3. It's a creature worm. Obviously, the thing's a 6/5, and when Massacre Worm enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent control dies, that player loses 2 life. So this is the kind of card that just ends games. Yes, it's high mana cost. I mean, 3 black and 3 is extensive, but mono black could probably get there. Having this sort of at the top end, maybe as a 1 or 2 in the deck. Definitely a really awesome top end for mono black in standard. If this thing is going to be legal in standard. And here's what nobody's really talking about. We've seen things like Massacre Worm, and the next one I'll be revealing is Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. So these are just sort of chase type cards, but we've only seen alternate arts of these cards. So there is the distinct possibility that these might just be box toppers, or sort of chase kind of treasure cards that are, included in packs, but maybe not actually legal in the set. And they've done things like that in the past with sets like Battle for Zendikar. Sort of remains to be seen if these are actually going to be legal in core set 2021. There's been no direction from Wizards on that, so it's all just speculation at this point. But Massacre Worm will definitely make an impact on standard if this is legal. All right, and last but not least, we have Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. And again, I'm really sorry for the absolute atrocious picture quality on this. It's the best image I could find, so it's what we have to work with. Again, full art card. Potential that this is likely a box topper or some sort of treasure card that's going to be in the set. Not sure if it's actually going to be legal in core set 2021. There's been no direction from Wizards as far as that goes. If it is legal in core set 2021, this is a game changer for standard. Period. 8 mana cost, which, okay, 8 mana cost is extremely expensive, but for this kind of card, people will find a way to get there. So we'd be looking, especially with until rotation, there's some just disgusting ramp in Simic colors, right? I mean, you have things like Growth Spiral, you've got the Arboreal Grazer, we have the Bird, the Gilded Goose, so we've got, Paradise Druid, tons of ways to ramp out. Obviously we have things like Uro, so we're drawing cards, gaining life, stalling the game out in the early game against aggressive decks and putting extra land onto the battlefield. People will get there in standard for this card. Ugin is absolutely backbreaking if he enters the battlefield. His +2 is removal. So we have +2, Ugin the Spirit Dragon deals 3 damage to target creature or player. +2 Lightning Bolt. Okay. Then his -X is exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. So basically, drop Ugin, wipe the board, and just go ahead and kind of win the game. His -10 is you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So that's GG if you can actually get there. And since he has a starting loyalty of 7, getting to the -10 is really not that difficult. He is so busted because his starting loyalty is so high that, and it's at a stage in the game, we're probably talking Maybe as early as turn 4. I'd have to do the math. I don't know if that can get out there in turn 4 in today's standard environment. It's quite possible, but definitely by turn 5 we could be dropping Ugin the Spirit Dragon if everything went well for us. So by that time your opponent's likely played out most of their hand. They're probably not going to have a way to deal with something that has 7 loyalty, especially if you come out with the X ability right away. So anyway, like I said, this would definitely be a game changer for standard if this actually is going to be legal in standard, which remains to be seen. All right, so what do you guys think of these Core Set 2021 spoilers? Why don't you let me know in the comments section below? Do you think this Ugin and the Massacre Worm are some sort of treasure or box toppers, or do you think they're actually going to be in the set? Again, I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this. All right, really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.